Hey guys, this is Jeff from Evans Tuning. In this Daily Tune episode, we have a 2001 BMW M3. It's built motor, has a turbo kit, full fuel system, 1700cc injectors. It's going to be done on AEM Infinity 10. It has a ton of different sensors with the Infinity: traction control, flex fuel, boost control. You have fuel pressure, oil pressure, baro pressure, exhaust pressure, oil temp. You know, pretty much maxing out pretty much all the inputs that you can add to it. I'm gonna get this on the dyno and start calibrating it and see how it goes. Oh boy, this is not gonna be good. This is gonna be a biatch to get on here.
What would happen?
Just the hubs are like at a weird angle. They taper down like at a resting state, so it's gonna be a pain in the dick to get the hubs on. Fucking manhandle this fucking thing on. Usually it's never this bad, but some cars they like glide right on. Let me let it down and then come back up. Come on. Are you kidding me? What the fucking goddamn shit? Bastard. So the car came in, it was actually tuned by another shop, but the box was password protected and I really couldn't see any of the data that was in it. It does have a lot of inputs going on and outputs. So I spent, before we even started filming, about 2.5 hours going through and basically creating a new base calibration to start from. This particular M3 has individual throttle bodies and it's turbo, which makes tuning a little bit more difficult because the fuel maps are generated on a throttle index, so they're throttle based. And by doing that, it doesn't know load pressure, so once it gets into boost, it can't reference how much actual boost it's running. So I had to set it up so that the main fuel map is throttle percent based, and then the multiplier map is map sensor based, so that once it transitions into boost, then it knows where to source the proper fueling from. So you know, right now it's just the rough file going on the car, and you know, it's going to be general starting a tuning. I'm starting with the fuel tables, calibrating everything on the fuel tables, and then we're going to move on to actually doing the boost section of the fuel mapping. But you know, right now it's pretty much, you know, starting fresh, so it's going to probably take a little bit for this car, but it should be great when it's done. Throttle plate is holding steady. So I just calibrated the main VE map, which is based on throttle position. I'm going to now set up the auxiliary fuel trim map based on map pressure, so that once the engine sees positive pressure, it's going to be able to add a fuel multiplier to increase fuel for boost. I'm going to start tweaking that map, then I'm going to start doing some basic full throttle pulls off the wastegate, and setting up the Vanos. This engine has dual Vanos, which is variable cam. I'm going to set that up so that it gives the best spool up and mid-range, top end power, and then we're going to start enabling boost solenoid and doing some pulls with the boost control, getting that all configured and set up. And then after that, we'll drain the fuel that's in here and do the flex fuel tune and turn the boost up some more. So it can make, it should make, you know, 600-700 on pump gas. It's already, at the previous shop, already made in the 600s on pump gas. And the Vanos actually wasn't working at that point. So this should spool the turbo much faster and probably provide some more power as well. So we'll get started with that, see how it goes. So that I'm writing changes to them and it's working, but as soon as I fucking disconnect it, it won't let me save anything. I have to clear all the tables out. So what I'm gonna do is there's a feature in here.
Is it gonna be off for a while so I can pull the fuse?
Pull the fuse. So what I'm gonna have to do, because I don't know it doesn't tell me what the tables in particular were password protected, so I'm gonna assume all of them that are important are. I'm gonna go in. I can save all the tables in a CSV format and then reinsert the tables back when I clear calibrate. Like I basically clear the password off any protected tables, and then I'm gonna go back in. It'll wipe them out, and then I can reinsert all the data that I just did. It's just gonna take me like a little bit, but
everything else looks good.
Yeah, car's running fine. I mean, I'm ready to start making some pulls, and I just went to go save it, and then it prompted me with saying like, all data will be saved except password protected tables. I'm like, well, how the fuck is that possible? Because I firmware flashed it and wrote over it with a new base session, and then I just looked. I'd never even used that before. That's a dick move. So, all right. Well, I'm gonna get to saving then. I'll just.
Jeez, how much extra time does that add? Having to switch all that.
It's not a big deal. I mean, I just have to basically go in and basically export CSV and then import. Like it's.
Yeah.
I just have to label each map. I just have to label each map here what it is, and then it's just a matter of then just reapplying it. It's gonna probably take me 10-15 minutes, but.
Because it's every single table that you've done.
And anything that's pertinent, and I don't know what they put a password on.
Yeah.
So I'll just assume something, and then it'll wipe it out, and I won't have it.
Yeah.
Actually, I didn't get screwed. I think it's because I imported a new base session. Yeah. I don't know, it worked. Infinity's weird. It does weird shit. Like unexplained things that make no sense. Like it shouldn't have been lingering. That base password or the password protect table thing shouldn't have stayed in there, but maybe it was just like a glitch or something. I don't know.
I know. It's glitched a couple times because I've turned the key sometimes and the car never shut off. Check the battery.
Oh, jeez. All right. Well, I think we're good. Yeah, just pop that fuse back in. So I went through and I got all the fuel set up, the ignition set up, and I was saving the session or the tune file, and it prompted me that there was a password protect feature on certain tables. The other tune that was in there was password protected, which is why I had to wipe it out and start fresh, which was odd because once you import a new base session, which is the calibration file, it should clear everything out. For some reason that was lingering, so I went in and I actually exported all the data in a CSV format from all the main tables that I've just tuned, so I wouldn't lose the data, because I wasn't sure when I cleared the password protect on the tables that were protected if it would wipe out the tables, which luckily it didn't. And I backed up all the tables in a CSV format so I can import them if something ever happens. But at this point now we're going to start doing some pulls off the wastegate and dialing in the fuel curve and the ignition and the Vanos. So fire it up and get started. That's why I lifted. I was like, whoa, what the fuck?
Right.
I wonder if it doesn't have enough fuel. Like we don't know the actual level of the fuel, right? I wonder if it's running out of gas.
Can you see if the other pump kicked in? There's 2 pumps in it.
How does the other one activate? Oh, jeez.
Oh, that could be it. That second one never kicked on.
Yeah, oh yeah, that would do it.
Yeah.
Is it activated by the infinity?
Nice. Hey, your freaking fuel pressure dropped to like 30 seconds.
Yeah, he probably has set up by load, like a load switch on a relay. But the problem the
fuel pressure should be at 40 right now, shouldn't it?
roughly. It's like, yeah, it's, I mean, it's...
Well, they never turned the screw in either on the fuel pressure regulator.
What do you mean?
To set it to 40. They never set the fuel pressure regulator either.
Well, it is, because you're pulling about 18 inches of vacuum right now. So that's decreasing your fuel pressure. Like if we just primed it, it would show in the 40s.
Okay.
It would show like 45, 46, 47 PSI, something like that. Because the vacuum's decreasing the fuel pressure. The regulators reference the vacuum, right? The fuel pressure regulator?
They never touched anything on the fuel pressure regulator.
Is there a vacuum line from the regulator to the intake manifold somewhere?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, so it's vacuum reference. That's fine. But now the problem is I don't know what the fuck how this fuel pump's set up.
Yeah,
It runs off the relay box up there.
Yeah, I'm not sure what pin it goes to on the EMS. Alright.
Do you have a gas can?
Yeah, I have a couple. Yeah, we're gonna have to like drive over there and grab some gas.
Because I didn't want to put full tank in case.
Yeah. You can drain it though, right? There's a regulator on here. Like there's a fuel pressure regulator. Oh, it's hidden. Oh, that sucks. We could drain it out of the rail.
Yeah, I can take that off if you have a.
Yeah, I got line. Yeah, we could just drain it out of the rail and do it that way. So I made the first pull and noticed that the air fuel started leaning out a little bit up top. And this particular car has fuel pressure transducer. So I saw that the fuel pressure is dropping from right around 55, 60 PSI, falling back to about 35 PSI. So we're not sure if it's a fuel pump issue or possibly that it's low on fuel. The fuel gauge says it has a quarter tank, but it may not be registering properly. So we're gonna grab gas real quick, add about 5 gallons to it, and then make another pull and see if that fixes the problem.